Hey guys, welcome back. Today I'm going to talk about small talk phrases. Now, why phrases? In this video, I'm going to tell you how we can use phrases in our small talks or short conversations and why it is beneficial for us to know the phrases. Okay, so basically, phrases, as you know, I have already two videos which are already there about how you can introduce yourself and greet people, and the other one is about how you can have small talks and casual conversations with people with the help of phrases. Now, why I've chosen phrases? I've chosen phrases because in this whole wide world, whenever people think of learning a language or learning English as a language or learning to speak English as a language, what they do is they pick up these phrases and start speaking with these phrases only. Now, why they use phrases? The first thing is the phrases are structured. You have to use as it is, like how are you? Okay, there's no other combination of how are you. So you don't have to worry about, if I am correct or if I am wrong. Okay, so you have to use as it is. The second thing is it is very easy to remember, and every single day we talk or we have everyday conversations. A lot of phrases we use in our everyday conversation. So it is very easy to use, easy to remember, and when you are a beginner, it is the best thing you can use to start speaking and gaining that confidence and gaining that fluency. Okay, so guys, I am back and I'm a communications coach and a soft skill trainer by profession, and I'm here to help you out with all your communications problems and to help you out to speak English fluently and confidently. Guys, please pay attention to my phrases series. It is really going to help you, and it is going to transform your English. You will feel confident, you will feel fluent at the end when you start speaking and practicing these phrases in your everyday life. Start incorporating it in your everyday life. I am coming up with those topics which are really used every day, like how to introduce and greet people, which is there. Like the first thing you do is you have to introduce yourself or you have to greet the other person, right? So that is one thing. The next one is small talk or casual conversation. How you can have small talks or casual conversations with people. You can talk about their hobbies, you can talk about the sports which they like, the food which they like, the cuisine which they like, and lots more. Like how about their family, what's up with their job, and lots of things. Go check out my videos. It will be a great help for you. Trust me, guys. On that note, if you haven't subscribed my channel, do subscribe my channel. Give me a thumbs up. Share my videos as much as you can so that others also can get help. So let's get started. So today also I've come up with a very interesting concept. We always, when we talk to people, we have our opinions and we express our opinions and we express our emotions, right? So trust me, guys, everybody has an opinion and they want to be heard, right? If you ask somebody, is this good or which one is good, everybody will have an opinion and they'll come forward and tell you. Okay, so this really works like magic. So I'm going to talk about 30 phrases which will help you to express your emotions and to express your opinions. Okay. So while we are having conversations, a lot of things comes up, right? Maybe some person might ask you like, do you think this is right? Okay, now how do you answer this question? So this is how you can start. I think. You can simply say, I think this is not right. Or you can say, I think this is right. Okay, or you can say, in my opinion, this is good to go. Or in my opinion, I don't think it will help. Okay, so these are the ways of giving opinions. Okay, Another one is, or the next one is, I feel it's quite strange. Okay, if you don't like something, you can always say, I feel it's quite strange. I don't know why, but I feel it's quite strange. I feel very bad about it. Okay, if you're feeling for something, about something, you can always say, I feel very bad about it, or I feel very strange about it. You can also say, I believe this is the right decision. Okay, I believe this is the right decision I have taken or you have taken. Okay, if you're talking to somebody and somebody is asking their opinion, your opinion, you can always say, I believe this is the best decision you have ever taken, or this is the best decision I have ever taken. Another way of expressing your opinions is, I am not sure if this works. Okay, so if you're in an office or somebody asks you, do you think this project will work, or this system will work, you can always say, I'm not sure if this will work. Okay, or if you are somewhere else with your friends or in an event and somebody asks you, do you think this what we are doing will work, or the marketing strategy which we have come up with, will it work? You can always say, I'm not sure if this strategy will work, or if this thing will work. The next one is, if you don't agree with somebody, or you strongly don't agree with somebody, you can say, I'm sorry, but I think this doesn't work like this. I'm sorry, it doesn't work like this. You can always say, if you strongly agree with somebody, it is a polite way of saying, I'm sorry, but I feel this doesn't work this way. Another one is, which is I use a lot, that's great. I think whatever you said, that's great. Or that's great. That's a great plan. That's great. Or you can say, that's terrible. If you don't like something at all, or you're not very impressed with anything, you can always say, that's terrible. Stop doing this right away. Yeah, so you can say, that's terrible if you don't like it at all. Another one is, that's amazing. It's in the same lines. So that's amazing. If you find something too good, or you're very happy to hear something about and you really liked it, you can say, that's amazing, or that's an amazing idea, or that's an amazing perspective. Right? So that's amazing is also something which you can, if you like something very much, somebody's idea or some information or anything of such sort, you can always say, that's amazing. I also use this a lot. Okay, the other one is, if somebody comes and tells you some good news or something about it, oh hi, you know what, I've got a new job and it's really good. You can say, so what you can reply, you can always say, oh, I'm so happy about it, or I'm really happy for you. Okay, so I'm very happy about it, or I'm really happy for you. Okay, so I'm really happy for you. Another one is, we can always say, we can use honestly, and then we can say whatever we want to say. So if somebody is saying something, sharing his plan, or trying to convince you with something, okay, selling something, or trying help or want you to buy his idea or her idea, you can always say, honestly, I don't think it's required, or honestly, I don't think it's worth it. Okay, so you can use honestly like this. This is another way of expressing your opinion. Or in the same lines, you can always say, personally, I didn't like it, or personally, I don't have a choice. Okay, so you can give your opinion about it by saying, personally, I don't like it. So personally, I didn't like it. Okay, so you can express your personally, I loved it. Okay, another interesting one is, as far as I'm concerned. You can always start with, somebody asks your opinion, and you can always say, as far as I'm concerned, I don't feel this thing is going to work out. Okay, or as far as I'm concerned, I don't see it working. Okay, So you can say like this as well. Another one is, it's like a little negative when you are not agreeing with somebody and you have to say something, then you have to say, you can say, to me it seems like a disaster. Another great way of expressing your opinion is, I am definitely of the view that it should be incorporated in our everyday life, or it should be incorporated in our policies or company's policy. Okay, so this you can always say, I am definitely of the view. I am definitely of the view, that means you are backing that thing, or you agree with that statement or that policy or that idea or whatever it is. You agree with that and you strongly agree with that. That is why you are saying, you are advocating that. Okay, I am definitely of the view that it should be incorporated in our company's policy, or it should be incorporated in our daily lives, whatever situation or whatever statement is there. Accordingly, you can change it. So, I am definitely of the opinion. Another one is, I am really not convinced. Okay, so we often use this if somebody is convincing you to buy something, or probably a product or an idea or anything of such sort, or somebody is saying something about something and you're not very convinced like this is right, or you have a doubt that this is probably something, it's quite fictitious, or it's kind of theoretical, not practical, or it cannot be done this way, or I'm really not convinced that it can bring such a huge change, or I'm not very convinced that this can help a lot of people. So whatever, so you can just start your statement by, I'm really not convinced with, or I'm really not convinced that, and then you can go ahead with whatever you want to say. Okay, another one is when you hear something you get very excited about. For example, somebody says you are hired or you got a job, then you can always say, I am quite excited about my new job, or I'm quite excited about my new role, or I'm quite excited about my new project, or my new program, or my new undertakings. So anything, you can just replace things. Okay, so these are situations where you can express your thoughts by saying this, I am quite excited about so and so thing. Now, if you're not very sure about something, or if you don't you don't agree and kind of disagree also, you're in the middle of something, like you're not able to make up your mind, so you can always use this, I am a bit apprehensive. I am a bit apprehensive about this thing or that thing or this idea, whatever it is. So you can just say that I am a bit apprehensive about this thing or this thought or this idea. Okay, now when you have to express your emotions that something bad has happened to somebody, or somebody met with an accident, or something happened at their homes or anywhere else, somebody's telling you a sad story, you can always say, it makes me sad to see this or to hear this about this. It makes me sad to see these things happening in today's world, or it makes me sad to see or hear such things, about such things which is happening around the world. Okay, now the last one is, which is a positive one, and when you're very impressed by something and you want to express yourself very positively or very aggressively, then you can always say, I am thoroughly impressed by this person, or I'm thoroughly impressed by this idea, or I'm thoroughly impressed by this story. Whatever it is, whatever the other person is telling you, you can come up with that, right? You have to just use, I'm thoroughly impressed. I'm thoroughly impressed by this idea, this thought, this person. I'm thoroughly impressed by you. It's as simple as that. It's as simple as that, guys. Start using these things. It is your normal daily everyday conversation. And these things, if you keep in mind, if you start practicing these things, it becomes a habit. They don't have a structure. It is well defined structure is there. You have to just speak out as it is. if you start using it in your sentences, start trying to practice in these situations which I tell you what situations should be, okay, while expressing or your opinion or emotions, you can use these expressions, right? These expressions or phrases. So just start exploring these, start using these, start practicing these. It is really going to help you guys. People around the world, when they start speaking in English, they take the help of phrases first to start speaking, to gaining the confidence and to gaining the fluency. Once that is done, of course, it will be easier for you to make sentences on your own. Okay, happy learning and keep practicing, guys. See you until next time. Bye-bye.